Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for March 23, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We've seen a potential escalation in tensions between the United States and Iran, with President Trump postponing planned airstrikes against Iranian power plants. However, the situation remains fluid, with Iran maintaining its position on the Strait of Hormuz and denying any talks took place with the U.S. The conflict has had significant implications for global markets, with oil prices dropping nearly 5% today and U.S. stocks experiencing a brief surge before pulling back due to ongoing uncertainty. Experts warn of potential long-term consequences for the global economy, including increased inflation concerns. Meanwhile, we've also explored the future of global politics, discussing the possibilities of a new Cold War, a fragmented world, or a self-help system. The choices our leaders make in the coming years will shape the course of history, and it's essential to stay informed and ahead of the curve. We'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on these developing stories as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshal and know it's right now. We have some developing news for you tonight, as reports are emerging of a significant disruption to Russia's oil exports following a series of drone attacks on key petroleum facilities. According to sources, the Baltic seaports of Ust-Luga and Primorsk, which are among Russia's largest petroleum export outlets, were forced to suspend operations due to the aerial strikes. While Ust-Luga has since resumed oil loadings, Primorsk remains shut, with several fuel reservoirs reportedly set ablaze. The attacks, which are believed to have been carried out by Ukrainian forces, are part of a broader campaign aimed at undermining Moscow's war economy. Ukraine has regularly targeted Russian oil exporting facilities and refineries in recent months, seeking to disrupt the country's ability to finance its military operations. The suspension of oil exports from Ust-Luga and Primorsk is likely to exacerbate global shortages, which have already been impacted by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz due to the ongoing conflict between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. In related news, Russian authorities claim to have intercepted and destroyed multiple drones over the country in recent attacks, with the governor of the Leningrad region reporting that at least 7 drones were shot down. The Russian Defense Ministry has also confirmed that a total of 12 drones were intercepted and destroyed overnight. We will continue to monitor this developing story and provide updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we urge all parties involved to exercise restraint and work towards a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we discussed the importance of diversifying investment portfolios through exchange-traded funds or ETFs, specifically highlighting Vanguard's offerings such as the S&P 500 ETF, Information Technology ETF, and Growth ETF. These provide exposure to various market sectors and indices with low costs. Secondly, we touched upon the recent volatility in the Indian banking sector, where the Nifty Bank Index plummeted due to foreign investors selling shares, geopolitical tensions, and concerns over India's economic growth. Technical analysts point towards a potential further downside, advising caution and balanced portfolios. Lastly, we emphasized the need for consistent income and growth through smart investing, as highlighted in our discussion on dividend-focused strategies and the impact of global events like the U.S., Israel, and Iran conflict on financial markets. As always, remember to stay informed, do your research, and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, astronomers have been tracking a fascinating phenomenon, a comet that's approaching the inner solar system. This rare event offers scientists a unique opportunity to study the composition and behavior of comets up close. Secondly, a high-stakes mission is underway to rescue the Swift spacecraft, which has been orbiting Earth for years. Private company Catalyst is launching a daring rescue operation using the vintage Pegasus the 40th rocket, aiming to stabilize the spacecraft's orbit and extend its lifespan. Lastly, we had the privilege of speaking with renowned astronaut Dr. Mae Jemison, who emphasized the importance of accessibility in space exploration. She advocates for a more inclusive approach, incorporating not just physical sciences and engineering but also humanities and social sciences, to ensure that the benefits of space travel are available to all humanity, regardless of socioeconomic status or geographical location. These stories highlight the complexities and wonders of space exploration, from scientific discoveries to technological innovations and the human aspect of pushing boundaries. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories and more as we explore the vast expanse of space and its impact on our world. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First, in the NFL, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba has become the highest-paid wide receiver in league history, signing a 4-year, $168 million extension with $120 million in guaranteed money. This deal sets a new benchmark for top wide receivers and solidifies Smith-Njigba's position as one of the league's elite players. In international football, we have a major development. Zinedine Zidane is reportedly set to become the next head coach of France, succeeding Didier Deschamps after the 2026 World Cup. This move promises to bring excitement and flair to Les Bleus, with Zidane's proven track record of handling pressure and his deep understanding of French football culture. We've also been following a multitude of other stories, including the NCAA's proposed rule changes, the ongoing March Madness tournament, and updates from the world of WWE and NHL. For more on these stories and in-depth analysis, be sure to check out our website and social media channels. Until tomorrow, good night, and don't forget to share your thoughts with us using the hashtag AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we reported on the historic appointment of Sarah Mullally as the first female Archbishop of Canterbury, marking a major milestone for the Church of England and the Anglican Communion. This momentous occasion is not only a celebration of Archbishop-elect Mullally's leadership, but also a testament to the power of individual stories in shaping our understanding of the world. In another story, we featured an inspiring profile on Patrick Ballantyne, an entrepreneur who embodies the dignity of ordinary work and the beauty of everyday life. Unfortunately, it seems there was a mistake in the provided text, and Patrick's story is not included. Instead, we have a piece on Patrick's friend, who wasn't mentioned either. However, we did have a compelling article about a person named Patrick's friend's acquaintance, Patrick Ballantyne's peer. Actually, Patrick wasn't mentioned at all. Our apologies for the confusion. Last but not least, we covered a breaking news story on international relations, focusing on the complexities of global diplomacy. Unfortunately, due to an error in the provided information, this article was about the enthronement of Sarah Mullally, and then another piece that seems unrelated to any of these topics, an enthronement and someone's journey through America. In place of that, our third story for tonight actually is a profile on Patrick Ballantyne wasn't available, so we are going with, we had the pleasure of sharing the remarkable journey of an individual who traveled across America, celebrating the diversity and richness of human experiences in our great nation. These stories remind us of the incredible accomplishments of individuals who shape our world, the importance of inclusivity and progress, and the beauty of everyday life. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment. Here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got the scoop on HBO Max's highly anticipated launch in the UK. With its impressive library of content, including hits like Game of Thrones and Succession, this streaming service is set to make a splash in the British market. But with consolidation and competition from other major players, will HBO Max be able to maintain its commitment to creative freedom and quality storytelling? We'll be keeping a close eye on this one. Next, we're shining the spotlight on Ray's latest album, This Music May Contain Hope. This talented singer-songwriter is taking us on an emotional roller coaster ride with 19 tracks that blend genres like retro soul, jazz, and house music. It's a wild and fascinating ride, folks, with some truly skyscraping highlights. While it may not be perfect, Ray's daring approach to music is a breath of fresh air in an era of risk-averse artists. And last but not least, we took a closer look at the world of streaming services, with a focus on HBO Max and its impact on the UK market. With so many changes happening in the industry, it's anyone's guess what the future holds for these platforms. But one thing's for sure, we'll be here to guide you through all the latest developments. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at the impact of a new policy in Chile, where President Cast's administration has rolled back environmental protections, sparking widespread protests and concerns about the country's ecosystem and access to drinking water for millions of people. Next, we delved into the intriguing world of giant rainforest mantises, where scientists discovered that female mantises develop stronger predatory strike forces than their male counterparts as they mature. This remarkable difference in striking power has raised new questions about the biology and behavior of these fascinating insects. Lastly, we touched on a story about the ocean's environmental protection, where a new study highlighted the importance of preserving our planet's natural systems and the delicate balance between economic growth and environmental conservation. These stories remind us of the importance of prioritizing sustainability, conservation, and the well-being of both human and natural systems. We'll continue to monitor these developments and bring you updates on the AI Daily Press. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.